Hey, welcome to another video from the Outdoor Analyst. Today I've got a really fun one for you. This is going to be a first impressions review of a custom knife maker called Papa Bear Knives, PBK. This guy is a YouTube channel that I think was definitely called something else a couple years ago, and I started watching a few videos not that long ago and realized, wow, he started making knives, and he's changed the name of the channel to Papa Bear Knives, and he released this right before Christmas, and I thought, daggone it, I kind of want a Christmas knife. So this just looked really cool. I love supporting local makers in the States, and I just thought I got to give this a try. Looks freaking sweet. Seems like a cool guy. I usually like his videos a lot, honestly. Go subscribe to him. Cool little channel. And yeah, let's just check it out. This is called the Essential from him, and to him it's kind of like the all-around essential knife, the one knife you need, you know? And it comes with a cool little Kydex here, with a Scout carry. Not the biggest fan of Scout carry. Honestly, when it comes to Kydex knives, I throw them in my backpack and take them to the woods anyway, so it was perfect to me. Nice and lightweight. This knife just seemed really cool. I love the look of it, and anytime you can get a custom knife for, you know, the cost of what a nice production knife is, shoot, and you can support local, I'm in. Like, I really am. That's kind of my goal once a year, is just to get something sweet. And this was it. So this is an 8670, which to my knowledge, the steel is basically a souped up 5160. So to anyone that doesn't know what that is, 1095 on steroids essentially is what this is. So it'll rust fairly prevalently, but it'll be incredibly tough. In my opinion, from what I've kind of read up on it, seen, played around with it, it's basically a non-powder 3V. It's kind of like right under that. So similar to 80 CRV2. Maybe a little cheaper version, but a really tough steel. And in a 4-inch knife, it's pretty incredible. It means you can literally beat the death out of it and not have to worry about it. Now, as you can see, this is first impressions. Let's be honest. I've had this knife for like less than a week, and it is getting a good meat tina. I have been using this in the kitchen and around the house all weekend, cutting everything I could. So it's got a good little patina started on there. Oof, looking good. The thing that really stood out to me as soon as I opened this up, one, awesome looking Kydex. This is really cool. Honestly, I thought it was topography when I just like saw the pictures, but it's kind of like a little bit of topography, a little bit of backpacking, map stuff in there, and man, just really, really cool. Good stuff. Fits really, really well. It's very tight. I don't think it scrapes the blade at all. Has that nice little thumb ramp on there. Really good job. Great Kydex, bud. Sweet. Now, what really, really stood out as soon as I opened this up, it is extremely ergonomic, way more than I thought it would be. Being kind of the trailing point, supposedly essential do-everything knife, and it looked like in the pictures it was not extremely contoured. It honestly is. It's not like Coke bottle shaped like a Bark River, but the way he does the hump there and kind of the curve that he has going on it fits incredibly well. Honestly, it feels kind of like a mix of a Bark River Gunny and a Bravo. Maybe more like the EXT ones. I actually brought an EXT2 out just kind of for comparison. So you know what? Honey Badger, I'm just going to throw those out here because I've got them. So kind of a similar handle shape to this, just a little more curve to it than the Gunny. So this is a Gunny from Bark River, a little bit smaller, and then here is an EXT2, which is, actually a little bit smaller as well. But the handle shape is pretty similar, just incredibly comfortable. Let's just go kind of thickness on this sucker. It's definitely thicker than the Gunny, much so. Not as contoured. So you can see that kind of Coke bottle shape. But for some reason, this sucker feels really, really good, and also has some scallops up here that you really won't be able to tell just because of, you know, the material on here really camouflages it well. Thickness wise, here's a Bark River EXT2. This is just a little bit thicker, and with that kind of curve that goes on right there, man, that locks into my hand incredibly well. Props, like absolute props. This is one of the most comfy little knives just EDC kind of put on your belt knife out there. It really is ergonomic. And let's face it, this dude's got style. Look at that. Look at the natural like pins, and then the crazy fiber pins that are in the koa there. Oh, dude, well done. This is incredibly well done. Now, it is hand forged, so you'll see some weird little marks in it. I can feel in the trailing point, I can feel some difference there. Like this was definitely hand forged. Oh, knocking the camera a bit. Yeah, I can feel it's not like the perfect symmetrical swoop, but dude, who freaking cares? It looks amazing. I only feel a little bit there. It has nothing to do with anything but just weird, I don't know, just getting really picky, I guess. Oh, yeah, I'm really impressed. Honestly, I plan on probably picking up something else from him. This is just really great. He's been doing some stuff in MagnaCut. Holy crap, I want one of those. He's got pre-orders. I probably will just go get a pre-order after this video. This is really good. This is just first impressions. I've been cutting the crap out of this thing all weekend. All the Christmas food that I can think of went through the sucker. Breakfast, you know, we put grapefruits. I put venison through this thing already. Lots of turkey and ham. This thing's been just slicing food like crazy. It's a full flat. It's not incredibly thin. It's pretty thick. He has a nice, I'm going to call this a distal taper going all the way to the front instead of clip pointing it. And I love it. Works really, really well. I like that. Still makes that tip really strong without doing the clip point. It's just a really cool way to do it. I think you call this a trailing point hunter. Maybe a Bowie. I don't know. Either way, very useful blade. My next step this weekend, going to the property, so you're going to be spending a ton of time in the woods, making probably a lot of fires. That's kind of the next step for this sucker. I know it's going to do really well. The edge has been pretty great. This is actually my first experience with 8670. I thought it was similar to 5160. So far, all I can tell is it is. Technically, this should be a little bit better. So as I'm thumping on it, I expect it to have a little bit better edge retention, maybe a little tougher depending on the heat treat. Edge-wise, after playing with this thing all weekend, I literally put 3 straps on both sides, and the thing's just like hair popping sharp again. Got that nice sticky sharpness, so definitely going to be very easy to take care of. My wife thinks I'm crazy. I've just been hanging around with this knife, calling it the Christmas knife, and she's like, "Are you serious? Like, haven't you just like bought a bunch of knives this Christmas?" Yes, I have, but this is the one that's been hanging out with me, so props to Papa Bear Knives. Honestly, give the dude a follow, buy the dude some knives, maybe wait till, I put my pre-order in for the MagnaCut. I kind of want to make sure I'm in on that. Anyway, this is really impressive. Talking about, let's face it, for the same price, you could go and get, a gunny from Bark River. If you told me, yes, this is better steel, probably this is the CPM 154. You probably get these in 3V right now and A2, and technically I'd say those steels are a little better. Is it going to have the same craftsmanship as this? The same just love knowing that, man, this is one guy just doing this? No, it's really not. This is the way to go. Oh my gosh. Yeah, honestly, dude, I hope this guy gets big. I hope he becomes the next, let's say, Peter Kohler without being a dick. Like, I'm really excited about his work. I'm actually really impressed. As far as I know, he's been doing this for a year. I'm sure it's been more than that, but the work is... I've bought custom makers that are a year in, and they're light years away from this, let me tell you. Perfect transitions, really good design. These scallops, dude, this is not a deer field dressing knife, but I would field dress a deer just to say I did it with this knife, and I might. It's coming up. Doing a nice Texas hunt here in a few weeks. This might be the one that goes down with me. I'm kind of shocked saying that. I was pretty sure it was going to be the Fox Server EXT2 doing some big game stuff, but I don't know, just for the heck of it. Like, that's just really cool. Granted, this is the better let's just, deer and elk knife. There's just no doubt this is, but I know I could do it with this, no problem. Doesn't have that drop point. Might be a little fun with the vitals there, or going in for the esophagus and everything. But oh well, it was honey badger, man. Like, how often do you get to take a custom knife and actually do some real work with it? So far, loving it. Initial impressions are, I want to get another one from this guy. Papa Bear Knives, dude, nicely done. nicely done. I'll definitely update probably in 6 months to a year after I really put this thing through its paces, get some good time making fires with it, and just doing what I do out here in the Midwest. So anyway, hey, thanks for hanging around. Really, really excited. This guy's just really on my list now. Like, he is now on my radar to freaking follow and check out all the stuff and just keep up with him. And oh man, it also came with this sweet elk lanyard bead. Like, I hate beads. I really do. Like, I hate lanyards with a passion, but this thing's just sweet. This was just like an extra throw-in, so thanks. Really cool. Love it. I'm not planning on taking it off, and that's the biggest praise that I can give. So anyway, there it is. First impressions, really impressed with the brand. Like this knife a lot. I can't wait to keep using the absolute death out of this thing, and I have no qualms with it really holding up and doing well. So anyway, thanks again. Appreciate the knife. I am really excited for it. And guys, thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, leave some comments. Let me know, are you going to check some of this guy's stuff out? If so, sweet. I mean, he doesn't even know I exist. But anyway, give him a like, give him a follow, give him a purchase. This is really nice. This is really, really nice. Anyway, thanks guys. Take it easy. I'll catch you on the next one.